Now my solution to counter this rabbit is actually simple. We kill him. The rabbit saying all roads lead to Rome is a metaphor for the inevitable fate. Whichever path you take leads to the same outcome. For example, a predictable breakup. No matter what you do, relationships that lack a genuine mutual will eventually collapse. Taken to its extreme, the rabbit's philosophy claims that all relationships will just end, either by separation or by death, as truthful as it is. The problem with all roads lead to Rome lies in the fear that it provokes. When we pay too much attention to something, the attention itself begins to shape our reality. All roads lead to Rome seems to rest on nothing but fear, anticipation, or mythologization, in a sense that we mythologize it. We turn its core message into a giant red flag. So here I want us to argue that tirelessly avoiding something, in this case avoiding Rome, might get us even closer to Rome. We orbit around it, we measure ourselves against it, we overanalyze it, and to simply overthink everything about it, feeding a huge portion of our energy straight to its pit. And you can imagine if panic also plays its role, it will pathologize the situation even worse. There will be a attempt to create hyper calculations, several internal debates about what might work and what wouldn't, and for us to eventually become so rigid, so immobilized, that nothing remains but the fear of Rome itself. And at this point, we have been tamed by something non-existent. Rome arrives without its rival. Here, Zizek also had a very deep concern about this creeping state of immobility.
Now we are entering a new era. We learned how to tell objectively at the level of facts the truth, but this very fact immobilizes us. Precisely the fact of talking about it instead of mobilizing us makes us apathetic, inefficient, and so on.
All roads lead to Rome is a psychological monster, stressing ourselves on the abstract idea of inevitable end, or Rome will eventually divide the world into two deadly categories, Rome and not Rome. This delusional duality in itself alone is actually enough to drive you insane, to make funny decisions, to constantly asking yourself, is this road leading to Rome? Are people trying to lure me into Rome? This state of intense stress that can be the most fertile soil to grow the most disgusting, addictive flower of overthinking, which is precisely the stress you need to even generate your own Rome. My point is that we ought to strip this Rome prophecy of its mythological power, to challenge ourselves, reducing its significance, to get rid of its psychological intensity, and to instead start focusing on mobilization, that is, to simply live, to let our energy serve the actual journey, the actual work, to actually engage with the vast multiplicities of life instead of being drowned in the whole negotiation, implication, and all sort of calculation about Rome. Only through this courage of detachment away from Rome, I believe, can we then preserve our power against this terror of Rome. Do not listen to the rabbit, either we kill it or treat it as something irrelevant. This aggressive stance against the rabbits can actually attain its biological metaphor. Rabbits didn't evolve quite right. They spent all the long span of Darwinian history only to end up as terrified prey. They didn't grow fangs, not even a decent cortex, let alone claws. Pretty much only trembling and hopping from one anticipation to the next. So here, what I want to propose is actually a claim that all roads lead to Rome doesn't stem from truth, but the biological state of this rabbit. All roads lead to Rome is a philosophy of the weak, immobilized, those who wish to submit themselves to the comfort of inevitability. This rabbit wants us to be exactly that, trembling comfortably. We evolved with strong limbs, a complex nervous system that our legs can only hop so much because, unlike prey, we can strike back when threatened. Fingers designed to grip a sword, if not to choke those who wish us harm. Tears we shed to promise love, and a heart that beats to endure. Are these faculties, in the most deepest sense, the opposite of private philosophy?